It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Hawks, and it comes your way next.
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
3 quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14 from the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week. They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown! Laviska Shenault. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Black Knights on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They go back to Carson here on second. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. To try again after the sack. Wilson under pressure. They got him again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Here's Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That's going to bring up fourth down. Only a gain of 2 there. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Here we go.
One more go for this offense in the first half, and they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Etienne. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Travis Etienne in the final seconds of the first half. And the Black Knights would extend their lead here just before halftime. extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Miles Sanders with both of their touchdowns thus far as he scored twice on the ground. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. A couple of touchdowns there for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We'll continue on and take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. On the move to his left. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Flush to his right. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there.
Touchdown! Laviska Chenault. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Black Knights take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd and 11 now, Wilson. He's got a 1st down past the 30. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They go back to Carson here on 2nd. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
You got him. You
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Wilson to throw. Got a man. It's Mims. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. K'Lavon Chaisson. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. He shakes him off. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. Flag down. Let's see if this will stand. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And a huge play that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Working with a 2nd and 4. Back to throw here. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. Back to throw again. To Chenault on the slant. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Travis Etienne with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Black Knights add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for our visitors, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.